Well, I think the break came at a good time. If you'd have asked me sort of like 2-3 weeks ago when we first had the break, I said, we really needed it. Now, it's felt like forever since we played against Portland, and I think the boys, the last 2 or 3 days, have been really sort of like itching to get back playing. We played a little bit of an in-house scrimmage on Wednesday. They look good. We've got the international players back now, and they've all come back really good. I think the only disappointment is the injury to Robbie Robinson. But apart from that, George Acosta's back with us now. Edison Ascona's back with us now. We've got a virtually fully fit squad, and I said to him this morning that we did some really good things before the break. We showed some really good qualities, some good performances. But now I feel as if where the marathon starts, it's a big stretch now where we've got to really collect points and continue to climb that table. We've not achieved anything yet. This is the point where we start to play the teams that we've already played. So both teams will have great knowledge of each other. They'll have an understanding of strengths and weaknesses. And now's a big challenge for our team. And now it's time to concentrate, focus, keep together. And everything I've seen this morning, they've been that. Yeah, well, I thought, in the in-house game we had during the week, they obviously wasn't there. And you could see that there was something missing from the scrimmage, and no disrespect to the younger players that came up. But then today, when the international players have come back, it's leadership, it's character, it's quality, it's their performance levels, it's their ability. And the group was alive this morning. So, yeah, you're going to miss players like Yedlin, Lowe, they're great leaders, Jovin Jones, Leo Campagna. So having them back this morning, fit and fresh, has give the whole group a lift. Everyone keeps asking me about Gonzalo. And I think the answer that they want is that he's not been good around the place. He's not training hard. He's been disruptive. But he's anything but that. He's training like an animal. He's working his absolute socks off. He's been a brilliant team player. He accepted his role really well before the international break of coming on as a game-changing type sub. And from what I've seen, the attitude around the place, he wants to finish at this club a winner. He wants to finish at this club in a good moment. He doesn't want to finish with people thinking bad things of him. So I think for me, for what I see of the last 3 weeks, he's training like a champion. He's behaving like a champion. And I'm sure we'll see and we'll need him over the next few weeks. Yeah, it's a proper football game. I think some of my best memories of the games that we've had since I've become a manager are against Atlanta. I think there's great rivalry between us. I've got to say, I think the stadium there is really nice to play in. It's probably one of the turfs that are probably one of the better ones to play football on. They've got some outstanding players. They've invested heavily in their roster, and I've got to say they've had terrible luck with injuries. You take Robinson out, you take Guzan out. Almeida, I think, suspended this weekend. Alonso in midfield, I think got injured. So they've had wretched luck with injuries, but they still can put out a team that you think is going to challenge for a playoff spot. That shows the quality that they've got. It's going to be a really tough game. It always is. But these games always produced incidents and moments. And the game at Drive Pink early in the season, I thought was a fantastic game. Probably they felt unlucky not to come away with anything. But it was the start of a run for us, and we hope to continue that on Sunday. Well, it's another great moment for South Florida, I think. You think about the positive things that this area's had with obviously our new stadium being passed by the government, and now obviously World Cup football. You think about the biggest thing in the world is World Cup football, and it's coming to South Florida. So proud moment for this region. And the soccer fans in this region have got something really to look forward to over the next 3 or 4 years. Well, I mean, every time one of those players was being announced, you thought to yourself, I wish I could go to that game. I wish I could play in that game. These are players that if you was on FIFA 18 or FIFA 17, these would be probably the most expensive players that you could buy. And they're all playing in Miami. They're all having a great time. We had Roberto Carlos here yesterday. I know Nani's in town, Falcao, so many. Ronaldinho is probably one of the greatest players of all time, and they're playing in our stadium. So I hope the fans come down here to support, which will be a brilliant occasion. And you think about the best players in the world, or some of the best players that have ever played are going to be playing on our stadium. In a month's time, we've got Barcelona here. So I go back to South Florida is attracting the best players in the world, and it makes us very proud to be around the place.